Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com. From the SIHH 2019, I'm reporting live today at La Montre Hermès. No, you changed your name. It's no longer La Montre Hermès. It's
Hermès Horloger.
Hermès Horloger, yeah. Hermès Horloger. Right. Hermès, the watchmaker. Thomas Soulon with me. We know each other for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
And Thomas is in charge of product development at La... I
Hermès
still
Horloger.
wanted to say La Montre Hermès. It's so
Horloger.
in my mind. Hermès Horloger. And your major theme this year is a romantic theme, I would say.
Yes, actually Pierre-Alexis Dumas, our artistic director, is giving us every year a theme. So basically he's giving us this theme 3 years in advance. So it's kept secret during a very long time, the time we need to make new watches development. And this year is the year of the dream. And so we brainstormed, and we thought that what would be better than a story around the moon to evoke the dream. And then we met the team of Jean-François Maujon at Chronode, and we brainstormed with him how could we reinterpret in a way the moon. And the fundamental concept of this new Arceau L'heure de la lune.
Let me show it into the camera.
Is that normally on a moon phase the moon is moving, and here in that case the moon is fixed, and it's the hour and the quantième which are turning on two satellites to display the moon phase of the southern hemisphere at 12 o'clock and of the northern hemisphere at 6 o'clock. That's the
so both
concept.
dials are turning.
Exactly.
And depending on the moon phase, the moon is more or less covered or not.
Exactly.
And it's how more or less you see it in the sky.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's good that you have both sides of the moon, because if you are in the southern hemisphere, the moon looks pretty different.
Exactly. Even if it's the same same phase.
But if you're not aware of this and you see it the first time, you say, oh, it's true. I didn't think about it.
Yes, exactly. And the thing which is interesting is that, humans started to count time with the cycle of the sun, with the cycle of the moon, and so it's a much longer time with the moon phase, and we thought that would fit this conception of the time for Hermès. We have two actually versions.
This is the one with that beautiful
aventurine dial, exactly.
Oh, it's gorgeous, because I had to put my glasses on, because when you start,
it's very subtle.
When you start moving it in the light, it's like if you were looking into the sky with all the stars.
Exactly.
It's so beautiful.
And there is another subtlety on both moons, which are in mother of pearl. On the southern hemisphere moon at 12 o'clock, there is a very discrete Pegasus which is drawn. And to be honest with you, at the beginning when we did those very discrete Pegasus, we told Pierre-Alexis maybe it's too subtle. And he answered us, no, that's the point. It has to be subtle. Just like on an Hermès jacket, you can have a pocket with a inside leather layer that nobody will never see. This is what we call a vanity. This is just a selfish pleasure that a kind of secret that you have inside the moon. So,
we can clearly see it.
Yes. Yeah.
No doubt.
It's really depending on the angle.
It's there.
Yeah. It's
Pegasus.
there.
There.
It's there.
And it's a little bit, as we say in French, a clin d'oeil, a hint to the horse of...
Exactly. So
hint to the horse of Hermès, which if everyone who has been to a Hermès boutique, or who has been probably in the Rue Saint-Honoré-Faubourg in Paris, you see the horse standing on your building, and there's one in Brick.
In Brick also.
In a manufacturing building. So.
And here in that case, it's Dmitry Rybalchenko, who is a designer who's designing for us square silk scarves, and who designed this Pegasus. This silk scarf is not out yet, actually.
Okay. Yeah. And I think the next what we're going to do is with the brain behind to discover how the watch works.
Exactly. With
pleasure. And I say thank you, Thomas, for
you very much, Alexander,
for the principal introduction, and give the stage to the brain.
Jean-François Maujon.
Of course, I say the brain, because it's pretty complicated to make the things happen, and we have a big maquette.
Yeah,
so a mock-up where we can show the watch, and stay tuned. We're coming back right now. So with me now, the brain, as I just said, of the construction, Jean-François Maujon. To what we see here is a plastic enlargement of what is happening in reality in that watch. So if you look closely, you have the two moons, white, the two moons. Here is the disc showing the time, and this is the disc giving you the date. And this is what is also moving on the watch and covering the moon phases or not covering them, and by covering, displaying the moon phase. And I'm now curious, Jean-François, how did you realize this technology? Can you just show us a little bit?
Yes. From the information are coming from the base movement in the center. You have here the minutes and the hours, and so they are redirected to the dial.
By gear train.
By gear train.
Okay.
Exactly. The date is the same. Mm-hmm. The date, I would just turn the chassis. It's coming from the hours, redirected to the 24-hour wheel with the finger. And on the other place, there are the correctors for the date and the moon.
Of course, you need to set the watch.
Yes, exactly.
And
that means every day, the chassis is jumping one step ahead. Like that.
Amazing, huh? Technology, magnified. How many times is it magnified here?
20 times.
20 times.
Yes.
This is the original size of the watch, and this is the technology. So, we saw the date.
We saw the date. We saw the moon, huh?
The moon, yeah.
The moon.
Sorry, the moon, yeah.
The moon
yeah.
jumping.
Yes. Now
every
it's
day.
almost new moon.
Exactly.
I would say it's new moon, huh? Because you see a little bit of the moon, almost.
And on the other way, we here set up date and moon together. We can see here.
Both are moving. Okay.
Both are moving. And
Yeah.
this is very practical by setting the watch, because both indications are connected together. And also, of course, then is the time setting, also coming from the center for the stem of the base movement.
How accurate is the moon phase in terms of what kind of deviation has the moon phase indication?
We use a conventional 59 teeth wheel, and that means that we have a correction of an error of 1 day after 32 years.
Okay, that's something I think we can work with, live with. 32 years, 1 day. So you have to wear the watch 32 years without stopping, and then it will have an error of only 1 day.
Exactly.
And I think it will be even difficult to say it because with that size we're looking here. Great. So anything other particular you wanted to mention, Jean-François, here?
Yes, we faced different challenges. One was to secure all the module, because it's quite heavy.
Yeah, in terms of shocks.
In terms of shocks.
Of course, yeah.
That was the lower bridge here in black has an outer ring to maintain all the chassis in terms of height.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you don't get the problem that it is out of balance, and then the wheels would.
And then by big shocks, they have something.
Have you been testing Have you been testing it with the chronofiable?
Chronofiable.
It's tested chronofiable.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Chronofiable 5G, huh?
550G.
550G. So it should be that 550G test is the test that simulates the drop of the watch in the bathroom to the floor. I think more or less.
Now there is the 5000J.
Yeah.
For 1 meter on the wood floor.
Yeah.
But that is really the extreme situation.
Okay.
550J is really already a very good.
So it's when you
level. Yes.
Bang your watch on a table or something.
Yeah.
So no worries about this fragile construction. It is really made for being on the wrist.
Exactly.
Great.
No worry about that.
Did you have the idea before, or did Hermès inspire you, and then you went and you said, okay, now let's turn on my brain, or have you been thinking about doing something comparable already before?
It was a collaboration in the process, but the idea was something to do in the moon phase, and then we decided to place it in the middle of the watch, and with the fixed moon, as we discussed.
A very nice different approach, because the classical moon phase, you know those, they are somewhere on the dial, there's a little opening and there's the moon going forward and backward, forward, and it appears and disappears, and then you can read the moon phases. But this is really a nice, and I would say very romantic, and even, watchmaking wise, pretty tricky approach. Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
And I like also the way, and we have to say that the way of Hermès, I always say la montre Hermès. Hermès horloger. Come on, Alexander. Like Hermès horloger takes to things, because they are very much a manufacturer. They manufacture their own movements, their dials, their cases, they make their leather bracelets, everything in-house. But when it comes to special constructions, they go with specialists, like Jean-François, Alexandre. I know, Mongeon, but I was... I need something to eat, man, probably a coffee. Sorry, guys. And I like that approach that you're doing in the sense of that Hermès is really approaching the specialists and sharing what they can do with specialists like you, Jean-François. Yeah. That's a really, really nice approach, and I think it was, I imagine it was fun to work with Hermès. Huh?
A really great pleasure to work with the Hermès team.
I think so, yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, smart and clever. Nice watch, by the way. Okay, thanks very much, guys, for watching. So you saw the whole thing in 20 times bigger than on the original watch. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you also to Thomas Houlon, who was giving me the initial presentation here. If you like what we are doing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like our videos, and if you have any questions to ask me, use the comment section just underneath here, and I will, in time, because I'm pretty busy here at the SIHH, answer your question. Thank you once again, and thank you once again to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.